La Conca Muro Leccese World Circuit. We just had a brilliant junior final and we're about to race. Okay, here in a few moments' time. Still a cloudy afternoon. The breeze is picking up ever so slightly, but it will be a dry track for what will be a just mouth-watering, brilliant, possibly even devastating race here this afternoon. Andrea Antonelli will start on pole position. You remember he had to withdraw from Adria, not quite fully had he recovered from the injury sustained in Portugal last year. He's back on track. Not only that, he will start from pole position in just a few moments' time. Ominously, we just saw an Argenti Motorsport Kart Republic start on pole position and win OK Junior. And we've almost got a replica of that situation in a few moments' time. He wasn't the fastest qualifier. That was Alfred Lindblad 48 hours ago. Arvid will start on the second row of the grid. It's been a fabulous weekend of racing on a dry circuit at the most beautiful track in the world here in Bellissima Puglia. This is La Conca World Circuit. Let's check out now some of the highlights of OK over the past week. From London in England, 2-0 for the Red Bull Junior, Alfred Lindblad set the track alight on Friday with 44.459 to take pole position. The Tony Kart team were always right there. To Katapanen, 2-1-0 to start on the outside of the front row of the grid in a moment. Brando Badawea out after clipping the barrier in the chicane in the pre-final. By the way, as weekend came to an end earlier this morning. The most beautiful circuit in the world. This is La Conca Muro Leccese. Igor Sepil in superb form. He was the fastest qualifier in his group, but like so many drivers has had to withdraw after injury sustained from building the ripple strips and the massive grip generated on the 1.25 kilometre southern Italian circuit. So we're back with you live. There is Andrea Antonelli to the left of your screen, Tuukka Tappinen to the right. The battle between Tony Kart and Kart Republic. Well, it rages on from Adria 2 weeks ago in the north of Italy to here in the beautiful south 2 weeks later. Fabulous sight. This circuit built back in the late 1990s. Hosted the World Championships on 4 occasions, the last time in 2015 when Carol Bash took the title in what was then KF, winning the race over Jordan Lennox and Nicholas Nielsen. And of course in juniors it was Logan Sargent who won ahead of Clement Novalak and Kaio Collette in KF Junior as we then knew it. This is the pole sitter here this afternoon, the Mercedes Junior, Andrea Antonelli. In the Kart Republic, powered by the IAMI. And this is the Vortex-powered Tony Kart. 2-1-0 from Finland to Katapanen. The series leader is Rafa Kamara, who's had a sensational start to 2021. He won the WSK Champions Cup, taking the lead with 2 laps to go. And a week later, 2 weeks ago, won the first round of this series for the Oak Racing team, also in a Kart Republic. He starts alongside Alfred Lindblad, the Red Bull Junior. So the Kart Republics are 1, 3, 4 on the grid, split by the Tony Kart to the right of your screen. Then we go to Timek Kuharczyk, 2-2-4, driving for the Canadian Formula One Grand Prix winner. Roberto Kubica from Poland is the kart, is the driver, is the team owner. Timek Kuharczyk had a really good run in the pre-final this morning. Starts crucially on the inside of the third row of the grid. It's an all-Polish third row, in fact, because alongside him is Karol Paszewicz for the Kiddix Driver Academy. Karol alongside Timek. And then we go to Il Siciliano, Alfio Spina, 2-1-2, the Sicilian for the Tony Kart Racing team. This is Alfio out of grid 7. Lives not too far from here. Well, 600 or 700 kilometres on the beautiful island of Sicilia or Sicily. This is Lucas Malik the Slovakian for the Spanish DPK Racing Team 240 on the outside of the fourth row as we prepare for the start of the OK final here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the grid for you as Antonelli leads the field away. In fact, Tuca does in reality. It is Antonelli on pole position with Tuca alongside Rafa Camara and Alfred Lindblad, the Kart Republics, on the second row of the grid. The Polish drivers out of row 3, Timek and Carroll, and then it's Alfio, Siciliano and Lucas Malek. Artem Severukian for Ward Racing, and the Bulgarian Lion for DPK, Nikola Zolov. Joseph Turney, it's JT from MK out of the UK. Joseph Turney from Milton Keynes in the United Kingdom, alongside Mark from Norway. Hernandez, Sedgraf, superb, the kid from Smerm in Denmark. And then there's Andrei Zhivnov, Pirtilati, Christian Cannibal Bertuca, Iribet Chichka, the reigning world champ, Callum Bradshaw. And another of Os Meninos do Brasil for Forza Racing, Ricardo Gracia. Paparo, Wharton, Kayak, Nicola Lacorte, Rimicella, Emo Fittipaldi, Luca Lystrak, Jessica Esquedo, Ivan Dominguez, and on debut in WSK, the Chinese driver, Geraji. Andrea Vibriantite from Lithuania goes through on her debut in WSK on the podium. Last time out was Eduardo Villa, but starts way back on grid 32. Oscar Aponte and Max Angelad, the Polish driver in the 226 Birilat, on the final grid position as the field make their way around this incredibly beautiful and incredibly high grip La Conca World Circuit on the second formation lap. Now Andrea slows them down. He was absolutely flat out there on the first formation lap. We may not get a start this time. Certainly cleared the plug. There's no oil build-up in the cylinder head of the 201 Kart Republic, powered by the IAMI, as he leads them around. The sky starting to clear. It's a dry track, and Antonelli leads them up to the line. The 20-lap final, WSK Supermaster Series Round 2. And we race. Kamada immediately into second place. What a start by Timek. The Kubica card up into third place as Antonelli leads the way. Tuca in the Tony card, back to fourth. And Artem Severukian has rocketed up. The Ward Racing team driver from the fifth row of the grid to be in position 5. Antonelli, Kamada, go 1-2. And it's Kuharczyk. Tuca tapping in that curse of starting on the outside of the front row of the grid. Loses 2 positions. He's right on the back of the young pole, Timek Kuharczyk. Then a bit of a bunch to field. Artem Severukian under immense pressure. Malek is right in there as well. Severukian fighting with young Lucas, the Slovakian, and may have lost the place there. It's Joseph Turney, in fact, who's up into position 5. He's just a delight to watch. Has he got the speed? Here this afternoon, his teammates a position ahead. That's Alfio Spinner in 2-1-2. Turney in 2-11 through turn 6. This is where Joseph was struggling through the week simply to keep all 4 wheels on the circuit. Was going sideways, was getting up onto 2 wheels, trying to keep the kart flat on the track. He's being hounded by his countrymen, the English drivers. Lindblad's right behind Turney as Spinner makes the move down the inside and puts Kuharczyk off the podium. Lindblad side by side. Joseph says no. Looks over his shoulder now. He waves him by. Sees it's Arvid. Sees he's got the speed now. He'll try and stay with him. He wasn't giving away the place deliberately. It was a tactical move to try and follow Lindblad through. Lindblad has been blisteringly quick. Joseph knows he has to race to victory here this afternoon. Honestly, he really does not have that last 1/10 of a second, but he can outdrive the drivers in front. His best hope is to stay with Lindblad, try and stay with and race through in the final stages of the race. Kuharczyk tries to retake the place from Spinner, who slides down in the hairpin. Kamada ominously, he's leaving that battle behind as he sets off after Andrea Kimi Antonelli. They start lap 4. Down into turn 1 at 128 k's an hour. Move down the inside. Super pass by Timek Kuharczyk. Lindblad around the outside. The Londoner tries to take the Sicilian as well. Joseph Turney is right there watching turn 6. Then it's Severukian, Pashevic, Zhivnov, Malek and Tuca tapping and back to 11th. ahead of Seb Grav. Sebastian Gravland in the 2.35 Cosmic, just outside the top 10. Coming into your picture right now at the top of your screen. Ahead of Bertuca, Hernandez, Gracia, Pirtilati, Kayak. And then Mart, not the best start. Stensone back in 18th. Here's Gravland and Bertuca in the background. Zhivnov going through. He's been a superb talent to watch. Here's Martinez. Watch Andrei Zhivnov. There's Eduardo Villa. From glory to zero, hero to zero, whatever the saying is. Eduardo on the podium was Villa at Adria 2 weeks ago. As the Tony Karts run together, but he's really struggled all week. As Eduardo Villa, he's down in 29th place. Ahead of the Mexican Jesse Carrasquedo and Andrea Vibrianti there. So we'll check the gap. Camara back to Antonelli. As Kuharczyk retakes second place, there's Lindblad. Now behind. Alfio Spinner. So Turney does have the speed. He's a brilliant talent. Up onto two wheels goes Joseph. That will make him nervous. He's struggled to keep the 211 Tony Kart flat on the track all week. Massive group generated as he turns through the left-hander now. Zhivnov just getting back to the Russian for Team Komodov has just been brilliant to watch. He's already up into 8th place from grid 15. He's been so fast and such an aggressive racer. Zhivnov inside the top 10 behind Tappanen, head of Lucas Malek. 1/4 race distance. The gap was 7/10 of a second between the two Kart Republics. It's down to 5/10. Oh, Rafa's coming. Rafa is coming for Andrea, who, remember, did not race the final at Adria. This is ominous. He won the WSK Champions Cup. He won the first round of this, the WSK Supermaster Series. And he's closing in on the back of the other Kart Republic of Andrea Antonelli. Kuharczyk, Turney, Lindblad. The two Tony Karts are Spinner and Tappanen. That's Andrei Zhivnov. The pink helmet of the Russian for Team Komodov. Head of Lucas Malik, and now Seb Grav. Gravland in the Cosmic, inside the top 10. Looks over his shoulder, does Kamada. The gap 4/10 of a second. He's certainly coming for him. Clips the ripple strip in spectacular fashion, does Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Like watching a metronome, these two drivers, very similar style. Antonelli, Kamada, they're both driving IAME-powered Kart Republics. Kuharczyk in the TM-powered Kubica Kart in P3. There's the Tony Kart of Turney, defending from Lindblad. The two English drivers, 4 and 5. Joseph Turney from Milton Keynes, Lindblad from London. Off the podium, which is currently being held by Timur Kuharczyk, who nervously looks over his shoulder. The pole is still there in P3. As we watch Joseph in 211, look at him run off the track. Watch into turn 3, a move down the inside. Lindblad is now the top English driver. Spinner around the outside. Is that the end of Joseph Turney's chances? 211 through turn 6. Makes the kart dance over the ripple strip, does Turney. But now the top English driver is Alfred Lindblad, who sets off after Timur Kuharczyk. Approaching half race distance of round 2, the WSK Supermaster Series here at La Conca. The gap stays at about 4/10 of a second between Antonelli and Kamada. Move down the inside, and Lindblad is now up onto the podium, just drives by the pole. Fabulous pass by Alfred Lindblad, who took the WSK Supermaster Series Championship in OK Junior in 2020. He's now in position 3. It's a Kart Republic 1, 2, 3. Argenti Motorsport, the Oak Racing Team, and then the Red Bull Junior go first, second, third. Kuharczyk off the podium in the Kubica kart. And then the Tony Karts are coming for the pole as well. This is half race distance now. Antonelli across the line, this time down into turn 1 at 128 k's an hour. Kamada so smooth on the wheel. you'd be forgiven for not thinking he's a South American. Usually they excite us with their flair and excitement, but he's methodical, he's smooth, barely moves the wheel. Antonelli a lot more aggressive. And they will start to burn the Leccese tyres in the remaining second half of the race. Kamada's right there, down through the chicane. Over the ripple strip they go. There's the Tony Karts, turning, tapping and spinner. Move down the inside, it is the boy from Brazil who's gone through to take position 1 again. Rafa Kamada goes P1. It is still Kart Republic's 1, 2 and 3. Rafa Kamada just a brilliant. Waited for his moment, waited for the time. He puts Antonelli back to position 2. The kid from the city that brought us the Lamborghini supercar, Il Bolognese. Antonelli is now being caught by the Londoner Lindblad. That's unsettled Andrea. Looks over his shoulder. Lindblad does likewise. It's a long way back to Kuharczyk. Watch down into the hairpin. Lindblad is about to line up the Italian, who looks over his shoulder. Will he defend? No chance, says Arvid. Down the inside of the Londoner. Now in position 2. 8 laps remaining. 12.5 kilometres to race here this afternoon at this world-class, the most beautiful circuit in the world. This is La Conca Muro Leccese. Just a few miles from the coast of the Adriatic Sea, where on a clear day, you can see all the way across the water to Albania and the very northern tips of Greece. Kuharczyk in P4. Lindblad's now right there, so Kamada has a fight this afternoon. Down the inside, will he take the place away from Kamada? The series leader has been passed in a final for the first time since the season opening WSK Champions Cup at Adria 3 weeks ago. This race is far from over. Still the Kart Republic's 1, 2, 3 we expected. Let's be honest. We expected Rafa to walk away with this. Lindblad says no. He's already put 2 kart lengths on the South American who's got a fight on his hands. Antonelli defending from Kuharczyk. Look at the Tony Karts. Can they work together? Turning, tapping and spinner. They're not this far out of it. Not a huge distance back. Now the Vortex-powered green machines, the TM-powered Kubica kart, I should say, behind the KRs. Now he's ahead of the third of them. Up the inside takes Antonelli. Andrea falls off the podium. What a pass by Lindblad. He's now put 0.4 of a second on Kamada. We did not see this coming. Kuharczyk still hangs on the podium. And Turney, will he make a move down the inside into that notorious turn 6? Gets the drive on the exit. Joseph Turney, you cannot outrace him into turn 7. JT from MK in the UK. The Tony Kart goes by the Kart Republic. Andrea Kimi Antonelli now has Tuca Tappanen in the second Tony Kart, breathing down his neck. And Il Siciliano, Alfio Spinner, is right there as well. Tuca defends from Alfio. The Finn from the Sicilian. The English drivers run 1 and 4. The Brazilian, the pole in third. The Tony Karts trade positions. Tuca Tappanen. 2-1-0 now being passed by Alfio Spinner. There's Lukas Malik, the Slovakian, in the background, driving superbly. He's in position 8 ahead of Andrei Zhivnov and Christian Cannibal Bertuca. Lindblad, though, look at this. It's 0.6 of a second. He's put on Rafa Kamada. He's still the series leader in the virtual championship. As we approach the halfway point of the series, of course, we race at Sarno, the all-new Sarno, in 2 weeks' time. Despite whatever colour the Italian government wake up today and decide to place on the country, whether it's a red zone, a blue zone, a black zone, a red zone, a green zone or what, we don't care anymore. We're going to Sarno in 2 weeks to race. Make it whatever colour you like. We'll see you at an all-new Sarno, Circuito Internazionale Napoli, in 2 weeks' time. We're tired of that discussion, to be honest. We will race at the foot of the active volcano that is Mount Vesuvius in 2 weeks' time. At the moment, Kamada would still take the championship lead. into the third round of the series. He's on 164 points. Lindblad with that pass. He's on 136. Lindblad now 0.8 of a second. There's Zhivnov coming down the straight. From Bertuca, Karel Pashovic behind. There's Sebastian Gravelin. And it's Martinia Stensone, the Dane from the Norwegian. Gracia and Hernandez have their own battle just ahead of the Bulgarian lion, Nikola Zolov. 3 laps to the checkered flag. We did not see Kamada. We did not envisage Kamada being passed by Lindblad. Certainly Arvid had other ideas, and now there's a chance that Timek might take second place in the race with 2 laps remaining as well. Lindblad's on his way to victory. Make no mistake about that. He clips the ripple strip, looks over his shoulder. Kamada does likewise. It's 1 second back to the Brazilian. Uses every piece of the racetrack and then some. The kart's flexing massively into turn 3 and watching to turn 6. Throws it in sideways. The Kubica kart's working nicely. Kamada just trying to keep it flat on the track. Lindblad will get the last lap board next time round. Round 2, the WSK Supermaster Series, as the sun comes out to shine. Down into the hairpin. There is Kamada. Timek too far back at the moment. One almighty send on this, the final lap of the race. Lindblad down the straight. A 44.6 last time, a 1.3 second advantage on his way to victory. He's the reigning junior champion in the WSK Supermaster Series. Here's Kuharczyk on the back of Kamada, the series leader who has dominated the opening stages of 2021. Sideways on the exit, covers his line instinctively. Brilliant driving from Rafa for the Oak Racing team. They won't catch the Londoner into the hairpin for the final time. A brilliant drive from London in the Queen's England. Alfred Lindblad takes the checkered flag to win round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series here at the Conca Muro Leccese World Circuit. Kamada does hold off Timek, the Brazilian in second, and the pole on the podium in third place. Joseph misses the podium by a single position ahead of Andrea Antonelli, coming back after that injury and having to withdraw at Adria. P5 ahead of Spinner and Tappanen. But you look at the race winner, the Red Bull Junior 204, brilliant drive. Alfred Lindblad has won here at La Conca. Absolutely ecstatic with joy. And by the look of the smoke pouring out the exhaust, he had plenty left in reserve. It was running rich. I know it's a cool down lap, but even still, that indicates there was plenty of fuel pouring into the IAB engine throughout the 20 laps. As you look at the results of round 2 here at La Conca, Lindblad takes the victory for the Queen's England. Rafa Kamada in second place, and Timek Kuharczyk in the Kubica kart in position 3. Then it was Turney, Antonelli, Spinner, Tappanen, Lucas Malik, the Slovakian. Great drive from him ahead of Andrei Zhivnov and Christian Cannibal Bertuca, home in 10th place. Rafa Kamada still does hold the championship lead at the halfway point, 164 points to Arvid on 136. Timek now third in the series on 77 points. Antonelli still superb, fourth in the series on 64 points. Tappanen 60. Villa still there with that podium at Adria, although not the best run this afternoon, into 29th. Ugachukwu and Zolov 7th and 8th in the series respectively. But it will be God Save the Queen. Alfred Lindblad from the Queen's England has won the second round of the WSK Supermaster Series here at La Conca. And Arvid will stand right there on the top step of the podium in just a moment. Stay with us on WSK.it. The podium presentation for the OK final in just a moment. The drivers make their way up to the podium for the first time in 2021. Rafa does not step on or stand on the top step. The Kart Republic 1, 2, 3, not quite, because Timac finishes in third, driving the RK Kubica kart. The drivers up here on the podium, the LeConte caps go on, and we're ready to get underway with the podium presentation for the OK final here at Conca. In third place for the RK Kubica racing car team from Poland, Timac Kuharczyk. In second place, he's still the series leader for Kart Republic, the boy from Brazil, Rafa Camara. He's won for the first time in 2021. He's the reigning junior champion. He wins round 2 for Kart Republic here at Conca. From the Queen's England, the Red Bull Junior, Alfred Lindblad. And with that, the national anthem of Great Britain. The podium for round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series. In third place, Timac Kuharczyk, still the series leader, Rafa Camara in position 2, and Alfred Lindblad from England wins round 2 here at Conca. Stay with us on WSK.it, the mini final in just a moment.